On Track Stars Radio to let you know that this is one of the loudest holy hip-hop radio shows on the face of the planet. And yeah, that's right, man. This is Preach That Fire from Hollafest Radio. You're in the field with the Track Stars. NYC, stand up.
Alright, here we go. This is what we've all been waiting for. Hottest MCs, hottest Christian MCs of 2013. Are we ready? You ready? You about to catch some heat.
Jeremiah, you did a good job putting this list together, bro.
That's why I'm drinking water.
You're gonna blame Jeremiah for this. Alright, so just for some background, we put up a article on the website and we asked you guys to vote. So we got your votes back and we got your top 10 list. So what we did was, we each came up with our own top 10 list. And we treated your vote as we would if there was an additional track star. And then, so we averaged all 4 votes together to come up with the final list.
So the fourth one was the track star universe.
Universe was the 4th vote. So, now we're going to reveal the 10. So, we're debating a little bit about how to do this. In the past, we spent like an hour debating who should go where and all that kind of stuff. We may not do that much this time since we spent so much time doing we made this algorithm to, figure out who should go where. So, only if extremely necessary we will swap something. But, this is the list. Alright? So now, here are the people who just missed the 10. They were in the top 15. And if somebody has a real big beef with them not making a list, they can speak up now. But here's the runner-ups. You got MC Jin, runner-up. Kisan Lee, runner-up. Kristan Gray, Selah the Corner, and No Malice. Just missed the top 10.
Did MC Jin and Kisan Lee release anything last year?
Yeah, MC Jin put out his EP.
The
Hypocrite album.
How did that happen?
How did what happen?
The MC Jin thing.
How did he not make the list?
Yeah.
Just how it averaged out.
Alright, he was pretty... Okay, alright.
So...
Kisan Lee released something last year too?
Nah, he was pretty low.
Kisan Lee only had 2 songs out. I think that's why she went lower, because I think this is going to be her year. I don't know if last year. I don't know if 2 songs could outweigh. There was a ton of projects last year, so I think that was that issue. The same thing with Kristan. I really wanted to put Kristan high on my list, because I think he's one of the best rappers, artists, period. But he did a lot of singing last year, and I think, this is a heavy hip-hop list.
Can I add somebody to the list real quick?
No.
Mouthpiece did come out with 2 albums last year, but I forgot about them. Sorry.
All right.
And Eshawn was on there too?
Who?
Eshawn was one of the 5
Eshawn, that's another one.
But he didn't release anything last year.
No, Eshawn, he got signed to Humble Beast, and they re-released his album.
Eshawn to me is dope. So now, if you feel like anybody was left out, we're going to be doing a list very soon that may change everything. We've never done this before. We're going to be doing a hottest lyricist list.
And that's both?
It may not be all time, it may be right now. Like, who's the hottest lyricist right now?
And are we doing both mainstream and Christian together?
That may be another list. I don't want to do that list just now.
I don't want to do that list.
But, yeah, so we're going to do a hottest lyricist list, and this may be all flipped up and down, because there's some people who may not be as notable, but to me are the best. You know what I'm saying? They just don't have as much backing as some other people. So we'll do that list too. But here we go. All right. Number 10. Swoop. All right. Now, what does Swoop do? Swoop to me is, he's going to be high on my lyricist list. Swoop is good. The only thing that put him down, and which may make him an issue as far as swapping him out, is he was on the WLAK album We Live as Kings, which was amazing. But he didn't put out a personal project this year. So he would be making it off of the verses he contributed to that album, which did great.
Yeah.
It did really good. So, what do you think about him at number 10?
It's hard, because him at number 10, it's hard to, I can see why he's at 10, because he didn't put out an album.
So you would have wanted him higher.
It all depends. Who's at number 9?
Can't reveal that yet.
Swoop didn't release anything in 2013, but he made the list?
He was on WLAK, which is a huge album, and he was one of the 4 contributors to that.
Okay.
So, to me, Swoop is one of the best artist out, period. So if he put his stamp on that album in any kind of way to help it become what it was, I mean, that's something. You know what I'm saying? Now, the only debate is, did he contribute more than Jin did this year? Because Jin is the next person on the list.
Well, Jin came out with an album, though.
Exactly.
Came out with an EP.
So
but if we're going to say lyrically, I would have to go Swoop. He could stay there. You know what I'm saying?
You would say Swoop stays right there.
Yeah.
All right. So that means we got locked Swoop in at 10. You comfortable?
Yeah. That's all. I just don't know. I gotta remember who's at number 9.
All right. So at some point we gotta solidify. We can't keep going back. So 10 is solid as far as nobody coming from the runner-ups up.
Yeah.
But we gotta figure out because here's the thing about this. When we did the little math to make this list, number 8, number 9, and number 10 all got the same score.
Gotcha.
So I didn't really put them in order. I just kind of just chose an order. So where he falls can go up or down. All right. Number 9, Alex Fate.
They could swap.
You think so?
Yeah.
Now, here's a problem with that.
Alex Fate came out with an album.
Alex Fate came out with an album. His album was good.
Yeah.
His album was really good. I was listening back the other day just to make sure I refreshed everything. And would you say that Swoop being on the same album with Alex Fate, the WLAK album, and then Alex Fate coming out with another project that was good, that had hits on it, that doesn't put him ahead of Swoop?
It could put him ahead, but I'm just saying, like, and this is a question that you have to be honest, is Swoop better lyrical rapper than Alex Faith?
Right, but remember what's the criteria? We didn't talk about the criteria for this list. What's the criteria? Because we gotta stick to that.
Yeah.
This is not the hottest lyricist list. This is the hottest MCs list. What's the criteria?
Well, the criteria was MCs like one, could they rap? Are they good? Are they known? That was another one. Another one was like, what's their like following? What are they doing in the community? You know what I'm saying? The impact they having to the world. You know what I'm saying? So impact to the world. Are they good at what they do? And then another one was are they rapping? Are they a good rapper? You know what I'm saying?
All right, now here's the thing. This is the way I approach the list, because I know a lot of people consider this kind of like an ego thing, like who's better than who and all that kind of stuff. But the way I look at the list is, if I was trying to show somebody who was not a Christian what Christian hip-hop was all about, what order would I show them what happened in 2013? Who would I start with, and then where would I go?
Yeah.
So how would you not show them Alex Faith's album? Because, I mean, it's not like you can compare something else to Swoop.
No, I mean, I would, but at the same time, if somebody is like, out of these two, who? If you had $10 and Swoop, of course Swoop didn't have an album out, but Swoop did have a lot of verses on We Live as Kings. So it was like, would you get the Swoop? Would you get We Live as Kings because of Swoop versus Alex Faith's solo album? You know what I'm saying? What would you do?
Alex Faith's album was great. It was great. If you actually sit down and listen to it, I know that people really only played the singles, like the one with Triple E, and I think he had one with Andy Murray. But the rest of the songs are good, man. Like, it's a good, solid sounding album. And as far as content-wise, if I was giving something to somebody, I would give him Alex Faith's album. He did a great job. He did a really good job on his album. So, what do you think? Are we swapping Swoop and Alex Faith, or are we keeping them at number 9?
I think Swoop did, like I told you yesterday, I felt like he did a lot of contribution, work. So, collaborations, production. But since we're doing the MCs, I think you got to keep Alex Faith where he is, and Swoop where he is.
What you think?
Being fair.
I don't know. Me personally, I think he should bump up. But
all right, let's keep going. All right, so we got Alex Faith at number 9.
We got another category we could throw it in there.
What?
Nothing.
Alright, here's the other. Remember I told you there was 3 that were tied. So here's the next one. Number 8, The Truth. Should he fall there? Now I think people forgot about The Truth. This album came out like January.
Yeah.
So I think people consider that to be last year. But he had some joints on there.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was on there?
Yeah, Hunger Games, Hope.
Hunger Games was amazing.
Yeah.
The one that was like
Jiff. Jesus is for Everybody.
I mean, he had hits on that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. To me, if I was to pick an album, I'll pick the Truth album to show somebody first.
Yeah.
Just because he just lyrically is hands and feet. A lot of people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No?
That's fair.
I agree.
Looking like...
No, I was making a face at something else, but I agree.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, so let's keep it moving. We gotta go. Alright. Number 7. Flame.
The Truth could flip with Flame.
Really? What do you think, Ryan Righteous?
Well, let's see.
We'll talk about what Flame did. Nobody knows what he did.
Yeah, please.
What did
Roy
Flame?
Flush.
Refresher on that.
Yeah, he did. Roy Flush.
Roy Flush came out.
And then
But it came out late 2013.
No, not that late.
It was late.
No, it was
It
like...
was October.
That's still the year.
I mean, yeah, it came out late though.
But it's still part of the year, though.
Yeah, but didn't the Truth album come out earlier?
Yeah, but...
So what we're talking about? We're not talking about really.
That's like December. If it came out like December 31st.
No. When I did my list, I basically was just like, I looked at the momentum that the project had too. Y'all didn't do that?
Oh.
The momentum.
The momentum.
So you're saying the Truth album had more momentum than Flame? Now remember, this is the one with the number 1 spot, which was a huge conversation.
No, number 1 spot.
No, that was a different.
Which
album.
one was that one?
That was the 6th that he re-released.
Oh, that was. But when did he re-release that?
I believe he re-released that.
It was
early
early spring.
Yeah.
Okay, so that don't count as part of it.
Yeah, it does count. Because, I mean, that song number 1 spot was big, but out.
But was it big for the wrong reasons? Because I really
that's another thing,
I
too.
didn't like the song that well, but it was just like, it was a controversy that everybody was spitting like, oh,
So
what are we talking about?
Are we flipping Truth? Because I had the Truth higher on my list. I'll say that.
Me too. Ryan Righteous.
There's only one reason why he's not higher. I won't say who.
When you say higher, you mean higher or
You got
lower?
obvious already.
You mean higher or lower? Like,
Higher, closer to 1.
oh, okay, all right. So I call that.
I didn't have him closer to 1. I had him like in the top.
Bring Truth up, good people.
I left him.
I think
off
you
the
should.
list.
You should bring him up.
Make Flame 8 and Truth 7.
Okay, let's do it. She has spoken. All right, let's keep it going. All right, number 6, Cannon. What y'all got?
Kane had a good album with that Mad Haven.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I could see why he would be where he
Now, Cannon is probably the only person on this list that's considered like a faster rapper, I would say.
Yeah.
And he does that very well. I had Cannon about here as well. And I'll explain why I didn't put him higher than a couple of other albums that came out. But I think that's a good spot for Cannon. Which
He's not the only fast rapper.
on this list he is.
Nah.
Who else?
Somebody lower down on the list.
Who? Swoop, Alex Faith, Flame, The Truth.
Okay, higher up on the list, basically.
Well, okay, I see
Yeah.
what you're saying.
Yeah.
But he's not known for that.
No, he's not, but I see what you're saying.
Okay, all right, let's keep it moving.
You know, I judge based off of how well you sound to the south.
We know.
Bias. Okay, so we're leaving Cannon right there, number 6. All right, number 5, Eric Minor. Put out Minorville this year. Now, I listened back to Minorville, and it was very well done. What are you gonna say? Minorville was very well done, and his concept hit home. Like, I really believe this was like a town, and he was explaining what was going on in the town.
Yeah.
And I believe the theme of the album.
Yeah.
Even more so than Cannon. Minorville.
Yeah, it was kind of, I can say that. When I watched the Minorville video, I felt the same way. It was real believable.
What you got, man?
Cannon need to flip with Derek Minor.
Tell us why, sir.
You would give somebody the Mad Haven album before you would give the Minorville album.
Yeah. I think Cannon is probably a little bit more he's more like I'm looking for the word. He's what? Oh man, the word slipped my mind. But he's just, I think he's a all around MC that I think he could trust. That if somebody heard Cannon on the radio and then they heard Derek Minor, I think they would go back to Cannon.
But if they heard that album on the radio versus Cannon's album, because you got to go based on the songs he actually put out. To me, just listening, Derek Minor's album sounded more polished than Cannon's album, just a little bit.
Because I think another thing too is Cannon is Derek Minor's artist.
Right.
Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? That's another dynamic as well. It's like, are we saying... No. I mean, I guess, well, y'all saying like, no. I'm saying that. That's my opinion.
I just think his album was better constructed.
What are you thinking about?
I'm not saying influence. I just think that he's a well-rounded artist.
You're just saying he's a better rapper than him.
I think so.
But that's not the only criteria.
Criteria, yeah. But, I mean, like I said, that's my opinion. But if everybody else feel like Derek Minor and
what you think?
No, I think it should stay where it is.
Alright, let's move it. Number 4. This is where we get to, like, this is no-brainer from here on out. Number 4, Dre Murray.
Yeah.
His album was incredible.
Yeah.
It was good. It was just good. I mean, I enjoyed, like, going back through them. Sometimes I was like, man, I gotta listen to another album. But when I listened to his, I enjoyed it. I had to remind myself to go to the next song. I'm running out of time. Like, it was just enjoyable. The Pharaoh song was amazing. Yeah. It was probably if we were doing a best song, it would be nominated to me. Yeah. Because it was just a great album. The concept hit home. The sound feel of the album was solid. To me, it was one of the best projects that came out this year.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, we solid. Okay, getting to it, man. This is where it's gonna get funky. This is where people might get mad. Number 3, Bizzle.
I have no problems there.
Now, you may have a problem.
I want you to say who's number 2. I think you know what we should do. We
Just
need
the top 3.
Yeah, and then we can.
Okay.
If we need a jigsaw.
All right. Number 3 was Bizzle, and he came out with the Good Fight. Right. Number 2. This is where it's gonna come. Number 2, Lecrae.
Oh.
Ouch! And that wasn't just from us. That was from the fan vote.
Yeah.
That was where. That's how it landed. That was the first time he hadn't been number 1 in years.
Yeah.
The first time we did this, The Truth was number 1.
And then Lecrae was dominated
he's been
for
number 1 since then. Lecrae's been number 1 since then. So, alright, so that means who's left, man? Number 1, Andy Mineo. He had a great album, man. His album just punched people in the mouth.
Yeah.
and his line for line is still one of the best.
Fastest growing line for lines.
It's ridiculous.
It's
people
like
love that one.
It's like catching Eminem and KJ.
Yeah. People love that one, and Andy just has this thing going for him right now. It's ridiculous. So let's go back, because there was not everybody voted it 1, 2, 3 like just like this. So we just want to give a chance to, you know what I'm saying. Bizzle number 3. What do you think about that?
I put Bizzle at number 2.
What?
Over Lecrae. Cultural impact wise.
What?
When Bizzle puts stuff out, it's on World Star. It's on mainstream stuff.
Now,
Church Clothes?
I think Lecrae as well, but Bizzle, once he dropped that, when he first got in the game, I'm just thinking about in the past.
You just like ever since that mad. That's what that is. You like seeing people mad. So you want to vote based off of.
You don't think? Okay,
no, I'm saying like.
You don't think people were more excited about Church Clothes 2 coming out?
Yeah, they were.
They probably are, but at the same time, if you put Church Clothes 2 versus The Good Fight, I think
the project was better.
Well, I think Bizzle's project was better. I only like a couple songs on Church Clothes 2.
But you're talking about an album versus a mixtape.
But then Reach brought it back out as an album. You know, they got one version where it was on Dat Piff, where it was Cannon was hosting it, and then they had one where it's just clean, like it's an album.
But I think more goes into an album than a mixtape. So I think that's.
Then if you're gonna say that, then you can say that about Lecrae and Andy.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, it
more goes into an album than a mixtape. I'm just saying that I feel like Church Clothes did more to bridge us to that industry, to the other side of hip hop.
Alright, man, we gotta decide. What's number 3? What's number 2?
I mean, you gotta keep it Bizzle 3, Lecrae 2, I think.
That's a good question, man.
I think.
That's a good question. I just still think Lecrae's impact, the things that he's doing right now, is making a lot more waves.
That too. I think you'll have an argument on it.
But another thing too, impact of the culture. I'm still seeing God Over Money like hoodies everywhere.
Right now,
but you still see 116 all over the place.
Right now, you can give everybody your Twitter, your email, your phone number, your address.
All right,
and they come
that's solidified. This is the way people voted. The only thing we changed was Flaming the Truth. So here we go. This is the top 10 Christian MCs 2013. This is the official list. I don't care what nobody else said. Nobody. I'm just playing. Shout out to
DJ Wado,
Wado, DJ Will, all the Christian outlets, man. We love y'all. All right, here we go. Number 10, Swoop. Number 9, Alex Faith. Number 8, Flame. Number 7, The Truth. Number 6, Cannon. Number 5, Derek Minor. Number 4, Dre Murray. Number 3, Bizzle. Number 2, Lecrae. And number 1, hottest Christian MC of 2013 is Andy Mineo. Shout out, man. Yeah, that's it. It's a wrap. It's dead. Let's go.
They may not care about it, but this is the track star's stamp.
And again, this is how I do this. I mean, egos aside, I mean, if anybody catch feelings, I'm sorry, I apologize. But that's not what this is about. This is really about weighing what happened last year and what order would I present this whole genre in.
Yeah.
And this is the order I would put in it.
And Andy is got a lot of looks. Last year, he was on a lot of ciphers.
Yeah.
Killing it with mainstream people or like underground people, like,
and
standing out.
Please remember, this is not about y'all. Like, so just don't. I didn't put Sincere on the list. You know what I'm saying? Sincere killed Mistress and Bangers. We didn't put ourselves on the list. So to me, this is just about
when we
really
did a group one.
Who's honestly, you know, contribution-wise, who did well last year, and it could flip up completely next year. So keep grinding. If you felt like you were sliding, man, hit us up.
And I think people will feel more comfortable when we do the hottest lyricists.
I don't think so. That's
I think they will. I think they'll understand.
See, a lyricist versus an MC is different. A lyricist is like, this person is. You think this person is better than me at rapping? Yeah, like as a writing?
Because this has a lot of this has some factors that you can't control. Like I can't start a God Over Money clothing line tomorrow and make it hot. Like he's been doing that for a couple of years, so that weighs into his thing. Yeah. But I mean,
but I'm not talking about with the. I'm not talking about with the artists. I'm talking about the fans.
Oh, of course,
the fans are all
hate any list we come up with. Yeah. Anyway, all right, let's get back into it. You in the field with the track stars, Ryan Wright, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah.